It's a reality for nearly 1,000 Canadians and counting. They're over 60 and behind bars. Living in prison is no one's idea of a retirement plan, and our jails aren't equipped to accommodate an aging population. But in the United States, a unique program is catering to older inmates. And our Allison Crawford got rare access inside.
Sides, Smith, Mr. Smith, Stanley, Stephen, Stewart, Stone Cipher, Rogers.
This is where almost 200 men are spending their golden years, behind the iron bars of the North Nevada Correctional Center.
It's like an old folks home, if I could use that. But we all get along. It's just, if you got to do your time, this is the way to do it when you get our age.
Cecil Williams has been locked up since 1986 for killing a man in Las Vegas. He spent more than 20 years in the general prison population before moving here to the True Grit Senior Structured Living Program.
If you ain't got peace of mind, you can't do time.
Cecil Williams says he now has that peace of mind, surrounded by men his own age who adhere to strict rules and attend dozens of correctional and behavioral programs. Mary Harrison launched True Grit in 2004. She'd grown concerned about a spike in the number of elderly inmates, senior citizens who were stagnating in a prison system designed for the young.
When I was transferred up here in January of 2004, I walked into this unit, and at the time we had a lot of our men were just laying in bed or they were sitting in wheelchairs in the rotunda sleeping. They were not active, they were not involved in correctional programs, so therefore they were not able to be paroled.
There are now 170 people in the program aged 55 to 86. To get in, offenders must have a proven record of good conduct, be clean and tidy, and participate in treatments and therapies targeting their criminal behaviors. There are programs for addictions, domestic violence, anger management, sex offenders, and victim empathy. Just like seniors on the outside, some inmates here have health problems such as arthritis and dementia. Others need help getting around, taking a shower or getting dressed. True Grit has tailored programs to the physical and emotional needs of the elderly inmate.
I had a lady, Ike Kress, that came in from the Arthritis Foundation, and she came in. I said, what do I do with these men in terms of diversion therapy? And she said, get them crocheting. And so this is what we started.
All kinds of different crocheting in here.
The men make blankets, hats, and socks and send them to homeless shelters, hospitals, and troops serving in Afghanistan.
I've got 16 years in now, 2 10-to-life sentences, and I've done 16 years so far.
Don Scott never picked up a crochet hook until he came to True Grit 2 years ago.
It relaxes me. If I wasn't in here doing this, I'd probably be out there getting in trouble. This program's helped me with that too. Keeps me out of trouble.
Before getting into trouble, many of these inmates served their country. In the Second World War, Korea, and Vietnam. They get together every week with vets who live on the outside to learn about benefits they can collect and to share stories. This program doesn't cost the state of Nevada an extra dime. Volunteers run all the programming, and everything from the wheelchairs to arts and crafts materials is donated.
Are we ready?
Volunteer Chesley Spring runs a creative writing group.
I get a lot out of it. I get challenges, and I get awareness, and I get a lot of sadness and joy.
Inmates save the state tens of thousands of dollars every year running this chop shop, where they repair and maintain the wheelchairs of more than 120 offenders. A charity in Los Angeles donated these musical instruments, while the drummer makes do with an improvised kit. Since launching True Grit 8 years ago, Harrison says the inmates are happier and healthier. Before the program, half of the inmates were taking medications for depression, anxiety, and other mental illnesses. Now, there's only one. Harrison says inmates are more active and motivated to earn parole.
Since we, started the program, since we started this, that people are getting out, whereas before they weren't.
Not only that, no one who's been released from True Grit has reoffended. 67-year-old Alan Souls is looking forward to being paroled at the end of July. He served 14 years for sexual assault, most of that time in a regular prison where the elderly were targets.
An older person is constantly picked on, scammed, stole from, you name it, it happens.
Souls says he feels safe at True Grit, although not everything is rosy. Just like any other prison, there is the odd fight, but the prisoners say they use their fists, not shanks. There are also detractors, people who say True Grit isn't gritty enough.
There are people that have, their own, personal attitudes or personal agenda. Maybe people who've been victims and don't understand, why we would provide humane care for others who have caused harm within the community.
Harrison says she tells critics that Americans take care of their own.
I said America.
For every inmate who earns parole, Harrison has no shortage of people to fill the spot. The program is expanding. Another 15 inmates are already on their way to True Grit and a second chance late in life.
Thank you all.
Allison Crawford, CBC News, Carson City, Nevada.